502-9137. The office focuses on immigration, divorce, bankruptcy, real estate, and estate matters. We also do eviction proceedings. There is a second office in Jamaica, West Indies, that focuses on legal representation if you are seeking to buy or sell property, or if you are looking to wrap up an estate. The office is conveniently located in the Bronx at 4262A White Plains Road. The cross street is 235th Street, and we are in between Jamaica National and Mr. Sims, the accountant. In Queens, we are located at 88-28 Sutphin Boulevard. We are right across from the Supreme Court. We go strictly by appointments only. And the number to call for an appointment is 718-502-9137. This morning, I am urging my listeners who are paying child support, do not take it lightly. We're coming up to tax season, and if you owe child support and it is collected through the support collections unit, there will be a property execution where you lose that tax refund. And one of the issues where people are filing jointly in a marriage, where their spouse owes that tax refund, it is an issue whether or not they should file jointly. I will tell you this, one of the fraud triggers in these marriage cases are these tax returns that are married filing separately. Therefore, I will leave you to make the decision in light of that. If you are owing child support and it is payable through DSS I think it's DSS in the suburbs, support collections unit in the city, a payment that's going to Albany, I'm going to encourage it. If you owe this money and you're getting a tax refund, that is not going to happen for you. And a lot of people during the COVID period, when they're expecting this credit, they've lost it because they owe child support. And I'll tell you, one of the benefits of paying child support, and oftentimes it is the men that pays, because in reality, and I'm a very realistic person, the women often have physical custody of that child. So they are the ones that are in fact collecting the child support funds. Now, another issue with the taxes in an immigration context is when you're filing for your citizenship. For those of you who you owe taxes, I am going to encourage you to get into a payment arrangement with the taxing authority. Once you show that you are in that payment arrangement and you are sticking to it, it's a difference where you get a payment arrangement and you not pay the people in a timely manner. Then no officer is going to exercise their discretion to put you in a category of person of a good moral character, you know? It's an issue as to whether or not you are paid the people them money, you know? I think one of the worst set of people can lend money is family member and friend. I bet I lend a stranger rasta. Yeah? You ever lend somebody your money yet? And you call them and them not even fought for you, or them see you on street and them a chat about everything except the money them owe you, and you stand up there looking at them face like, really? You don't really want, you know, it's the only thing you want here when you get your money. That's it. You got my money? You see them the following week? You got my money? Yeah. So tell them I take it to a certain level. One of the worst people you can lend money in life is your friend. Because familiarity breeds contempt. And your family members. Yeah. Only not have the powers of the Department of Treasury for just take the money and collect. Yeah? And the worst people can owe in America is the taxing authority. Money. Yeah, man, them just so pain. You owe them money in court. It's called a property execution. All of a sudden you get a letter tax warrant. Boxer, no sir. But as we're coming up to this wonderful season where a lot of you are expecting refunds, yeah, you may not get your refund when you owe child support, which is payable through SCU. Yeah, you send that payment up to Albany. And just a reminder, tax season, you owe the taxing. Me not care what the IRS, me not care you owe New York State, me not care who you owe. Taxing authority, you owe them if you're not in a payment arrangement, and you're not. It's two things to this. You're in a payment arrangement, and you have proof. Young people, I don't care what you know in life. It's always what you can prove. When you're paying people with money and you're paying back a debt, cash is not king. If you're paying with cash, get a written receipt. Pay. Some people like to use money order. I encourage money order for people who the money is never in their bank account. Yeah, some people just write bounce check, which is a crime. When you know that you don't have the money on your right check. For those people, I encourage paying with money order. But for people who you're kind of more stable, you're more responsible, you know, say, you put the money in there and you can write a check, yeah. So, organize your life. It's 2023. We leave all the careless living in and nothing we're leaving at 2022. Careless living, waste man, waste girl, people who are hypocrite, yeah, fake friends, and fake family. Them going at the same category. Enough thing on our leaving at 2022. It's 2023. It's positive affirmation time. We're not on a time for waste. Just tuning in, you're listening to Legally Speaking with attorney Antoinette Osborne. If you have a question this morning, you can call in at 718-502-9137. Once again, if you have a question this morning or you'd like to text your question, you can do so at 718-502-9137. You're on the air. Make sure your radio is off, my love.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Admiral.
Morning, darling.
Yeah, I listen to you and I hear you say if a person have a deportable offense, be careful or you file for citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
I have a waiver that apply for me too.
You have a waiver in terms of what? You got a 212C waiver?
I don't know what I got a waiver before I got the green card.
Okay, so if you got the waiver before you got the green card, that's like an absolute pardon for you. So it's already pardoned by them. So it doesn't affect your citizenship application.
Yeah, I did already and they turned it down. Like 6 years ago.
I will need to see your decision because once you've got the pardon, they have already dealt with that issue. Oftentimes it's people who have aggravated felonies who got a 212C waiver. They will never have good moral characters. So I cannot answer your question without seeing your decision. All right?
Okay.
All right. So you can always call the office on appointment. All right.
Okay, thanks.
Once you've gotten a waiver, then that takes care of your future applications. The only people who have generally problems with citizenship, even though they've gotten a waiver, qualified for a 212C waiver. It's an aggravated felony. Anyone aggravated felony, though you have gotten or quote unquote immigration, you still do not qualify for good moral, which is a requirement for citizenship application. Oftentimes, 1 hour program, we can't get the whole, so I'm answering based on what you have posed. So for something where it's a little bit more intricate, you may have to come into the consultation so I can get the full picture. Yeah. One of the things I'm going to encourage my listeners is when you're doing your application, be truthful with your attorney. You're going to do yourself more harm than good when you are not forthright, and where you can just go into the interview and it's 1, 2, 3, but because you failed to provide honest and complete information, it holds up the green card. It makes absolutely no sense to you or your attorney. And I'm going to encourage you. And I find that this has happened, and no matter how you ask people the questions, and this is why, unless you have a reading or a writing problem, I prefer my clients to fill out the questionnaire themselves. Because one of the hardest things is where you have discussed something with someone, and this is why I prefer more. In my office, I have a case management system because I'm a person, I like black and white, where I have clients who will ask me the same thing 10 times. If you do it once, twice, that's fine. Even 3 times, I may have a little patience. But when you're asking the same thing, I have to refer to the fact that I have sent you the same information you're requesting, and I point out the dates because I got you, Miss a girl, I like black and white, some I like some history. The memory sometimes say it, but there's nothing like black and white, young people. When you're doing business, gone are the days where you can do business with a handshake, because people now have no character now. You see, this is why immigration asks a good moral character. People now, we are in a time, and let's get practical. We are in a time where everything that is wrong is right. And this is why I encourage you, especially people who are parents, the school system should not be the first institution to teach your children. This should begin at home. If you're relying on that dog when you're your supper, caller, you're on the air.
Good morning, Ms. Osborne. How are you?
I am good. Morning, my darling. How can I help you this morning?
All right. I would like to petition for my sister to come here. However, I know it's a long process.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering, my mom is, she has a permanent resident card. Is she, even though she's not working, is she able to file for my sister?
Okay, so is your sister married?
No.
All right. So your mom can file for her. During that time, your sister should not get married. But what I encourage siblings to do is when their parents is at a certain age, that the mother put in an application and also the sibling. Why? Because if the parent dies during the application, you're going to end up having to file for that sibling. So your sister would be waiting for years. So when you see a parent, not that I'm saying a younger parent can dead early either, but when your parent